this beautiful class is all about the alignment, and we having a beautiful, beautiful besties, Janelle Hanson, always inspiring and uplifting and beautiful from sharing the appreciation she have gone through the appreciation of 30 days. I've been watching her on the Facebook Live. If you've been watching it, it's amazing. The appreciation is the most natural of who we truly are in our being, so inspiration. And always we had a beautiful talk in me and Janelle as well before these classes. We shuffling the Abraham Hicks cards and reading and expanding, and it's like it feels so good. And now we are having this expansion in this class. So thank you, Janelle, for being here. And we will see where we go. So it's good.
Yes, we'll see where it expands to and what awarenesses we get to have. And I'm super grateful that you invited me to share and join. And I'm also super grateful for the beautiful conversation that we had before this and the amazing feelings that we get to be a match to on that timeline. And when we're living in this space and we're most authentic to ourselves. So I'm grateful and thank you for enjoying the gratitude challenge for the 30 days. It was so fun and so transformational.
So can you tell me more about the experience from that, Janelle, for yourself, the emotion and yeah, the expansion in that?
Yeah, I would love to. So, um, for the month of September, my friend Jordan and I wanted to do a challenge where we posted one thing that we were grateful for every day on Facebook, and um, that yes, happy beautiful day. um, we and I didn't know, right? We don't necessarily know exactly right what's going to happen in the future, obviously, but um so we just thought like, hey, like it would be a great time in both of our lives to do this and commit to ourselves in this way, and share our gratitude with other people to um help them see. And so over the last 30 days, I actually encountered um, like the most darkness, if you will, I ever had in my life. And I was so grateful for that gratitude challenge because in the face of all of this, of having to look and when it comes in and give it less attention. In the past, I would have made that grow and grow and grow, and that's not conducive to anyone's healing. That's not helping us be in our alignment and being the best possible versions of ourselves. And so in the face of that, making myself say, you know what, even if I'm experiencing this contrast over here, and I can't just like shoo it away, I can't just like feel ignore it or anything like that. It's a pretty permanent staple in my life. I can't really get rid of it. Um and so just look at it and send that it was a particular relationship in my life, and that person is not disposable. Nobody is, but you get what I mean. Like, you can't just never communicate with this person again. um and to look at that, and I fed the darkness for a little while, and I had instant karma. And then to bring it back home to myself and say, okay, any of this is just a reflection outside of me, is just me and showing my deepest my darkness, right? And so I took a look at that and I had to heal that and that programming. But this gratitude challenge is what helped keep me um at my highest. we can't solve a problem on the same vibration we created it, right? So it helped me shift my vibration, actually be very grateful for this person, and actually find all of the love that I have for this person. And ever since then, I've just been experiencing like these beautiful expansions of love and light and the most amazing connections and the most beautiful people. And it 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 wasn't by chance. It was because I chose to rise up in those moments.
I know that you can come back again next. What a great expansion. When we all can focus on what feels good, the appreciation of the we are focusing on the best aspects of the kindness. We are feeling the alignment within yourself, the alignment outside. So it's not the alignment, it's not the alignment within the feelings of yourself. And when you're playing like the music, more the appreciation is guiding you in the way you can focus on this good. You looking at those things as best. Okay, 2 seconds. I will try my iPods. It's all good. Maybe. Is it better now? Is it much better now? So just wait a little bit. So it's still continuously flowing forward. And just gonna write to so, yeah. Jen, so can you send a message for Janelle how she can get in again? So it's all good, you know, it's all perfect, it's all amazing, it's all open and free. So now can you hear me very well? Is it good now to hear me? Is it it's all good? So yeah. Yes, super dare. You say yes. So appreciation, there is much of expansion in that. When we are natural feeling and observing things to appreciate, that is the natural flow of energy. Appreciation is like source energy. Appreciation is like who we truly are. It is in the feel good now and more to come. Appreciation creates more things to appreciate. Appreciation, when you are in the focus on the appreciation, you also feel more of those things you appreciate around you natural. You will look at those things more and more, and now everything will look more appreciated. So thank you, Janelle, for expansion on that. Appreciation is such a valuable thing, and it's such a beautiful thing to come into place for appreciate and feeling that alignment in yourself, and then just move on. And there is so easy when you're focusing on the appreciation to feel more of this in the experience in everyday life. It's for everyone you watch, for everyone you see. Appreciation is equal like alignment. When you're on alignment, you look everyone from eyes through source. You look with the appreciation and alignment with yourself, your own alignment with, and now you're feeling their alignment, because that is your creation in your alignment. You feeling it within yourself. It's always the inside that create the outside. So when you are feeling the appreciation and the alignment in who you are, that is the expansion of things you're observing outside. But it's the inside expansion. But when you're looking outside, it's expanding as well, because everything cooperates and it's collected and connected. And it's tuned and tapped in and turned on. We are using the same source energy, and it's always available and free for everyone. And there is so much to appreciate in that. So, but with ease and gentleness and love as always. So good to have you back here, Janelle. And as always,
Yay.
it's all good. Contrast as well when there are things happening when you don't what you don't want. It really doesn't matter because it's like you always have a chance to come back again. It's just like the alignment. If you're feeling something going on, you always have a chance to tune yourself back into your alignment, and it's all well again, and you can move on from there.
Yes, exactly.
So
Exactly.
good. So tell me more about the expansion, about appreciation. What you feel now in this moment for what you observe around you, and now what you're feeling now in this beautiful present.
Yes, I what I feel now is so free. So free to feel good, and know that I have the power in any given moment to expand on that, one, but two, I wasn't recognizing where I was still, um, feeling good due to outside circumstances. And when we choose gratitude and appreciation for any given situation, we take our power back. We take our power to be in our hearts and experience that expansion. And um, so I feel so free and so grateful and so powerful, um, that when, it doesn't matter what experience um, I have or if there's contrast or not, I just feel good. There's nothing outside of myself that I need in order to feel good. I feel good because that's who I am. That is who we all are at our in our truest nature, our most authentic form. And um, I am I'm excited and grateful that I went through what I went through so that I can learn and I can grow um and it doesn't matter if I experience contrast in the future because it's there's way less of a hold on it than there used to be. There was an emotional connection, right? And um and now that freedom is just so glorious. We have the freedom to choose in every single moment.
Mm. Well, that is such a freedom as well, isn't that, Janelle? So
Mhm.
good. We have the freedom to choose, and we usually when we choose something that feels better, yeah, we are on the way again of knowing that the well-being is the most nature of who we are, and when we are more feeling that space and feeling that energy comes through us and to us, that's the expansion that's always continuously flow, and it's a never-ending newness story, like I love to say every time when I look. There's a never-ending newness story. It's just one of my favorite words now. It's like it's like a fairy tale, but in a fairy tale inside of the good feeling that you're meant to feel, feeling good now and more to come, and it's the most important. It's nothing outside. It's the fairy tale inside, the feeling of alignment and knowing that it's always available and free, and you can choose to be in that space forever and ever more and more. And still with the contrast, you can feel good through that process too, more and more, because
Mhm.
your vibration is more in the feeling good now and more to come.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And it's like say nothing ever lasting. It's forever and ever more.
Yes.
So we changed that too. From the perspective of who we truly are, the energy source is it's just expanding more and more. It's so beautiful.
Exactly. I love that, the never-ending newness story. Because it is. That's
So
a beautiful expansion of that.
Yeah, and it feels good. You can always go forward with that. You know, you have everyone having this have every day has its newness. Every time when you're waking up, I had a meditation as well last day, and I was like reminding before you go to sleep, you're falling more and more tired and feeling for relaxing. And when you then are just like natural in your well-being and breathing in and breathing out and no thoughts, and then you fall into a space of frequency of who you truly are, you're feeling that relaxation, and then you sleep and you're waking up new in the morning, new refresh. It's like a newborn baby you're getting out of in a new refresh. The energy, everything have worked through the night for you for expansion inside of yourself. You're not been conscious aware of your sleeping, and now when you're waking up you're new and refreshed, and you can start a day with meditation or whatever what feels best for you. Take a walk or exercise or whatever, but be in a space of no thoughts, just like for 10-15 minutes. That's something recommended from Abraham. When you are in the morning, you are like have no thoughts, and you're feeling easy alignment with who you are. And now when you meditate for 10-15 minutes, you set up the day for your alignment, like you easy and gentle move into the energy of more and more into who you are. And now when you're starting the day with, like say, meditation is a beautiful thing to start in the morning. And now when you are finished for the 10-15 minutes of just breathing in and breathing out, and notice the no thoughts at all, and just being relaxed into it, the whole day can be like that, because now you set into the emotion of your energy, the increasing vibration that's vibrating when you do the meditation, and you're feeling more of the energy vibrating, and arises from within. And you do this in the morning, you set forth for the energy from within how the day is going to be. But now you don't thinking about it, you're just feeling your alignment. And now when you're taking the steps from the action, from that feeling good now, that high vibration you are feeling, or whatever vibration, but feeling good now, it will start to create a momentum of more and more to come. And you will experience the day like whole new, like totally different, because you set for the day for who you truly are more. And it's continuously flowing. After the day, you feeling the appreciation, you feeling the aliveness from within, and feeling who you, the energy is, how easy it flows to you and through you, and the expansion of the presence of who you are. And now when you go to sleep, you are just then are feeling so relaxed and again appreciated for the day, and again breathing in and breathing out, and you fall asleep into the frequency of who you truly are, the expansion, the love, the present. And you're waking up next morning, and it's the same process again. You're waking up new and refresh, and more energy and more expansion. And this is on and on and on and on and on. And just like with the gratitude list, more you appreciate, more you focus on the appreciation of everything you observe. It will be a continuously flow to you and through you, the energy of appreciation. And the most important, it's not the words itself, but it's always the feeling when you appreciate something. Number one, it's always a feeling when you are looking at something, when it's not about a thing, but it's about the feeling of you whatever what you do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that getting to be such a blessing that we have that choice. I think that we were, potentially just talking about this when we were on a call before this, but it's such a blessing that we have the choice. It's so exciting that we are these creative beings. It's such a blessing that we know this stuff, and it's such a blessing that we have the power to, no matter what it is that we're thinking, experiencing, eating, or whatever, it's a matter of how we feel about said thing, not the thing itself. And that in those moments of that feeling, what an incredible expansion. And that, like you said, with the meditation and going to sleep in that state and waking up in that state, and the more that we focus on that, um, the greater our healing is going to be, not only for us, but for the collective.
So beautiful. And always alignments create more alignment with our, it's so beautiful saying, when we are feeling our alignments, that's the inspiration. We don't thinking about it as well. It's so nice to know I don't need to do something or have something for be an inspiration, but just be and feeling my own alignment, feeling good by myself. To be selfish enough to say the most important for me is to feel good. And
Yes.
when I'm now feeling good, the feeling good is the inspiration for other people. Feeling good is the inspiration for people to change from themselves, to feel good by themselves, because they know, everyone know their well-being is the most nature of who we are. It's that is what's coming forth into this physical form before we came into this beautiful body, and now speaking and using our hands and waving and do whatever what feels good for us. It's like
Yes. Yes.
and it's
All the
like,
hand gestures.
it's like
That's what I speak with my
picking up
hands, friends.
it's an apple. It's a hole. I like it.
Yes.
So good.
Very animated, very
Yummy.
animated.
So good. We love to express ourselves
Yes.
with our who we are. It's like who we are.
Who we are.
So
Who
good.
we are.
So I love to read some sentences, and I love if you would love to expand on that, Janelle, because you're always having so beautiful perspective of things, and like would you share with your appreciation. Thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate you always. We always have a beautiful conversation when we speak to you, and always a much expansion. And for myself, when we had this conversation today, it felt so good knowing that everything is well.
Yes.
There is so good.
Yeah. I'll insert some expansions as I feel them.
So, do you want to say something like expanding, and I will stop, and we see what side's coming, because this is the impulse class. It's all about the alignment and follow your guidance, follow your impulse.
Yes. Yes, it
So
is. I will.
when, so when you say stop or say something, you can say expand, or you can say anything that feels good for you. I will.
Yes, I'll say it. Yes, I'll say it. Expand.
Okay.
I'll insert expansion.
Okay. So I'm starting now, and you say the words expansion, and then we will see what's coming up for the group. It's perfect.
That's perfect.
So this is what's coming up. It's the page 96 in from the vortex, and it say wanting a mate or needing a mate. So the following are examples of audience members' questions
Ooh.
at
Oh
an
shoot.
Abraham
I
Hicks
froze
workshop.
again.
Oh, it's all good. So it says,
Oh, there we go.
questioner, so it seems like my wanting someone pushes them away, but my not wanting them brings them to me. Why does that happen? It's a question. Abraham, when you want someone, but the dominant thought within you is about the lack of that person, then your most active vibration holds him or her away from you. When you do not want someone, but the dominant thought within you is about this unwanted person pursuing you, then he or she is drawn closer to you, by you. You're getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. So the next questioner is this similar to the distinction between wanting and needing? Abraham, yes. And that is a good way of thinking about this. When you want something and are thinking about how wonderful it will be to have it, your current emotion feels good because your current thought is a vibrational match to your true desire. But when you want something but are currently thinking about not having it, about the absence or lack of it, your current emotion feels bad because your current thought is a vibrational mismatch to your true desire. The difference between wanting and needing is not just speaking different words. A pure state of desire or wanting always feels good because you are a vibrational match to what is in your own vibrational reality. A state of need always feels bad because you are a vibrational match to the absence of your desire and are therefore a mismatch to your vibrational reality.
Ooh, expansion. So, um, this is it's kind of funny because, of course, that's just naturally where I've been. But when the book says being when we're thinking about someone pursuing us in a way that we don't want, um, and then making that grow our focus
Mhm.
on either wanting someone or needing someone. Well, if we take it back to truly who it is that we want and need, that is ourselves. We want to come home to ourselves. We want to or need to come home to ourselves. And that other person is just a reflection of us not loving ourselves or us. Yes, it's beautiful. Relationships are beautiful and they're an expansion of the love we already have for ourselves. Of the that feeling within ourselves that we can create, that we aren't, when we're fully in love with ourselves and accepting ourselves and being that person for ourselves, we aren't wanting or needing anybody else. That to me, I guess, is where that point of where you would be a match to, like, I guess, a counterpart in that way, because you're already feeling it within yourself. You're already in that alignment. So now you don't even have to think about it. Like, it just happens. You're just a match. Um, and, but that longingness, right, it's a lack. And if we ever feel that longingness or that needing, we can just turn it around and look within ourselves.
I love that, Janelle. It's so, so true. So good with the expansion of when we are in the love, when we are in the vibrational alignment, we are what we wanted. Is that's something new? We are what we wanted when we are in alignment. Then when we ask, it's always given anyway. But it's like when we are in the alignment, we are in the wanted, and when we are in the wanted, we ask for things we wanted, and we feel good about what we ask for, what we wanted, and we then don't need it because we are just feeling the appreciation of it and feeling good about it for what it's becoming, for what you feel around it, and now you leave it, and you're still becoming more of your alignment, and your wantingness of who you are expanding in, because wanting is to feel good. It's like feel good now. It's like wanting in the alignment feel. It's like because we are here for wanting something, but not from needingness. It's from feeling good and more to come. So there is a different things there. From
Hmm.
there is a difference there.
Yes,
And it is
there's,
so good. There is a
there's a big,
difference there.
hmm
Do you see something? Do you want to expand on that? The difference of that, like, because it's like it's good. So
it is so good. And I can just feel like, oh, like, even having this conversation and even uh, being a match to co-creating like this is so beautiful because it shows us the instantness of our vibration. And when we are fully in that place of alignment with ourselves and feeling so good about loving ourselves and not needing anything outside of us to influence our vibration, we have it all. We
yes,
have that feeling of satisfaction within ourselves, of satisfaction in knowing I'm always guided, I'm always supported, I have the love, I have the people around me because I'm not abandoning myself. I'm not rejecting myself. So therefore, we're a vibrational match to that that community, if you will. I don't know. That other people come in to support us and reflect that back to us.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good, Janelle. It's more expansion and more beautiful downloads and more beautiful things. But it's like for me now, I feel like always in the alignment, we are what we wanted and where we are in the space of it. And
Mhm.
there is no neediness in the alignment because it's not matching. But in the alignment is just alignment. Feel good now is just feel good now. Feel good now also wanted more, not wanting, but the feel good now for the wanted aspects now when you are speaking from the feel good now, from your alignment. The wanted things you ask for or create for impulses of things coming up for your way is just expand more. And now when there is no resistance to what is, but you know your energy, it's the most important, it's your energy from within, because the inside is that degree the outside experience. So when you're now feeling good, you will feel more of this experience of those things you've been asking for, and the one aspects, because also the contrast is from Abraham she talked about so beautiful, and I feel so much appreciation the expansion of that, that every time you're having something that doesn't feel good, you always expand on that feel good now. The source will take care of it.
Mhm.
And every time when you're feeling alignment, you don't have to thinking about what you don't want, because already what you do want of the aspects of it is already created into the vortex, is already in there, in the source, in your vibration of who you are. Because immediately when you have something you don't want, you more clarify and know what you do want from that. So now it's more easy than to just let go of all of those things, because it really doesn't matter, because nothing is bad anymore or nothing is wrong or anything, because the contrast is just expanding more of the wanted aspects of it and feeling good aspects of it. That's why we're having alignment and misalignment. There's just two aspects. There's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just like very easy and gentle. There's just two aspects, and when you are feeling some off, you can gentle and easy come back to feel better and better, and then your alignment again. Then you move on. It's all good.
It's exactly, not, focusing on the past and creating more of that, but really focusing on our present moment and, enjoying the expansion that's happening right now. We can take the contrast from the past if we were not alignment with a certain person or, um, his situation, I guess, like we were talking about, before before we got on this call of just right not being a match to our friends sometimes or missing those phone calls or something like that, but really it's all perfect. It's we weren't meant to experience that in that moment. We were meant to be where we are right now so that we can learn for our highest good, because we don't know. I mean, maybe having a conversation with that person wasn't the thing that our soul needed at that time. Our soul needed solidarity or, you know, whatever it did, uh, in order for us to expand to our highest good and just focusing on, well, what could I learn from that? And then moving forward with that ease and gentleness of it, it was what it was. And there's no need to have any attachments. That neediness, I feel like sometimes feels like an attachment to what we think is best for us, when really, God could have something in store that is totally off our radar screen that we don't know. But it's so beautiful to have that choice.
Oh, I love that. Yes. And we also, like Jay said, yes, everything is perfect. We are always a vibration match to all that we ask for. It's so beautiful because it's when we are asking, and it's in already in the vortex, and when we are feeling our alignment, we can say 10 years ago something I'm thinking about it. And now when I'm letting go of it, let's say I've been mismatched with that energy, but still the vibrational who I really am of that energy is matching up with who I really am, with the energy of my natural well-being. And now when I let go of that resistance to it and the neediness of it, it can come into place into my experience, because now I'm allowing myself to feel that energy and receive it into my experience.
Yeah,
Isn't that
exactly. And
nice? It's like it's so fun, because I see many things I've been putting on my dream board as well. I've been thinking about it for many years, but now when I've been letting go of all that, but to now just enjoying looking at the picture of it, many of those things have been taking place into my experience. And I've been overthinking about it or focusing about it. I need to focus, there is so much here, I can't match it. And it's been like, there is gonna be a lot of fun, I gotta do this, I'm gonna rush it up, this can happen fast, and it's like, and the well-being is like, we are like the downstream, like from the mountains, the
yes,
water, and go to the ocean and just unfold itself out
yes,
very easy and gentle. There is no rush in this. There is no you need to overthinking about it. We well
right,
know what you've been asked for, and we well know how we can create it into your experience. We well know all of it. Just relax yourself into it. It's all your, and we well know there can be something even better for you there. So the more you relax yourself into who you really are, more we will expand those to you of what you've been asked.
right, right, exactly. And that allowingness, I feel like neediness is a constricting energy. It's a tight, it's a like right, like you said, it's a I gotta have this has to happen fast. I gotta focus on this. I know, and yeah, we can manifest that way by sheer will, and I'm gonna focus on this and I'm gonna do it, and, but really, like that's I don't know it to anybody else, but like that energy doesn't feel good to me. Like I've created based on that in the past, and yeah, gets the job done, but does it feel good in the process? And then what are we really here for? Are we here for
Yeah.
that? No. We're here to feel good. We're here
Yes.
to enjoy, to have this openness, to have this expansion, and to feel our alignment. And when we just allow, we get to feel that and we get to have the experiences, and it's just a joy. It's just a joy to have this ability to create.
Hmm. Oh, that is so good. What you said so well. You said so well, Janelle, with the feel good now when you're feeling. That's what we actually ever wanted. We just want when we feel good now, everything else take place from that to more feel good now and more to come. So it's very easy in general as well. It's like, is that car I want? Is that it's always a feeling, but the only most general thing we want is to just feel good now.
Yeah.
As long as we feel good now, everything works out. Everything is matching up with feel good now and more to come, and we are feeling more of the abundance, and we are feeling more of the appreciation. We are feeling more of these beautiful feelings that come its way in our feelings, and that is the only general thing. Just as we just say, I know my whole process of being here is just to feel good now and more to come. So, general, I want to feel good now, and as long as I know I feel good now, everything take place from there. Now, when you're easy and gentle with that process, just say, as that is easy, also come forth into the energy for more experience for you to feel it, because you have no
Yeah.
resistance to that. It's like easy and gentle.
Yes. That's so beautiful. I know. I love your words too, Espen.
So, Janelle, let's expand some more. Do you have something? Because
Yeah.
you got exactly what you asked for. You say expansion. It's what do you want to use from this book? We say the money of attraction book. So pages from there. Is there anything?
Awesome.
What kind of words do you want to use for me to then just stop and see what kinds of things coming for to us?
We'll just use the word expansion again. All,
Expansion.
yes.
Oh, the word expansion, because it's always expanding, right? So
Yes.
good. So I'm starting right now.
Now.
Now. So this is what's come forth. Let's see. Here is the expansion. It's the number. It's this. So what if I play the what if game? This is from the money and the law of attraction. So we are going to expand on that. So let's see. As we encouraged that you do your best to find positive aspects upon whatever subject is before you, there are often those who would ask, but what about the man who's just lost his job and has a wife and 5 children? His rent is due in 2 days and he doesn't have the money to pay it. Or what about the woman who has the Gestapo army at her door, about to take her to be killed in a gas chamber? How could those people pivot? And to those extreme questions, we often reply, it is as if you have just jumped out of an airplane at an altitude of 20,000 feet and you have a parachute and you ask, so now what? So now what do I do? You're usually not faced with such extreme circumstances from which it seems there is no possible, comfortable escape. However, these extreme situations with all of the drama and trauma that they bring also bring a power that with the right focus can provide resolutions that someone watching from the outside would find astonishing or even miraculous. In other words, there is no situation from which you cannot find a positive resolution, but you have to be able to focus powerfully in order to accomplish such a solution. And most people who are in those kinds of situations are not adept at the kind of focus, which is why they are experiencing the negative situation to begin with. When you are involved in an extreme situation, a power comes forth from within, and so the intensity of your desire will put you upon a plateau where, if you can just get focused, you can have your greater elevation. In other words, those who are very sick are in a better position to be even more well than most others because their desire for wellness is amplified. But unless they are able to pivot, to turn their attention to their desire for wellness and away from their concern about illness, they cannot become well. We would encourage you to play the what if game, looking for positive aspects. In other words, rather than looking into your society for examples or disempowered people having no control over the circumstances of their lives. Tell a story that gives you a feeling of empowerment. Instead of telling the story of powerless victims and thereby amplifying your own feeling of also being a victim, tell a different story. For example, what if this woman, before the Gestapo army car came a pounding on her door, had recognized the rumblings of the looming Holocaust that were in the community weeks before? What if she had left the community when many of the others had left? What if she had not been afraid of the unknown? What if she had not held to the familiar? What if she had made a decision to start a new life in a new country with her sister and her aunt and uncle 2 weeks ago, so that she was not at home when the Gestapo came calling?
Hmm. Expansion, yes.
So funny.
Because that intensity of emotion, right? Um, there's uh we live in a dualistic reality still, right? And
Mm,
as much as we expand for the positive, um, we do look at that contrast. And when we have this intensity of emotion is such a beautiful thing. And I, personally from my experiences have had to um get to that point where the army is pounding on my door, right? I didn't take the subtle hints um when I was feeling them. So there's always going to be like a pre the universe isn't going to just and maybe this is just the word choice I choose to use. I don't have a lot of intensity of emotion on it, so it doesn't create a lot for me, but um where to a point where like the universe is just like giving you these subtle signs, right? Go a little this way, go a little this way, go a little this way. Well, sometimes if you're not listening to those subtle signs, the universe has to like throw bricks at you or like, whatever. It doesn't sound very nice, but like personally for me, that was what it had to get to before I could use my intensity of emotion to be like, oh, like I don't want this. So that means I do want this. And like that empowering energy, when you felt that contrast enough to a point where you really look within yourself and see that, okay, I created this. And with this intensity of emotion that I'm feeling towards looking at that uh, darkness, if you will, to use that same energy and say, okay, what can I learn? How can I feel in alignment with myself? And then once we ask for that, right? Ask and it is given. Once we ask for our vibrational alignment, and it is it's going to be given to us. And whether it's given to us in a way that would be perceived as harsh or not, that's just our perception of what we are reflecting back to ourselves. And so with the being put in these extreme situations, we get to use that force within ourselves to create something different and to shift our energy towards, I want this. And it feels freeing and more 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 fresh, I guess maybe it would be the best word that I was looking for. Um, but if we don't take, like, because everything is a sign, everything is us, our vibration, our programming being reflected back to us. So um, if the universe is being harsh with us or we're under harsh circumstances, we have to look at where we're being harsh with ourselves and we where we could learn from those things. Because if there's such an extreme circumstance where the universe is being so harsh with us, we can learn where we were being harsh with ourselves and not being gentle with ourselves and not um, learning those lessons.
It's so nice, to know that everything is well and good. With the extreme situation, it's like when there is something that's going on so misalignment inside of yourself, the power of the alignment comes forth so strong that you just let go of the misalignment. It's like I can tell about my own experience before, and it's like for me before I starting the journey of starting to feel good now and more to come. I just said, and I was standing in the mirror because I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I just standing looking at myself in the mirror and say, I'm just so sick and tired. I just want to feel good. That's the only thing, and I want to do things that feels good as well. So I was just putting. I had a lot of emotion, a lot of I cried a lot. I was looking at the mirror and I felt like my energy come through. And since it's never been the same, it's just been expanding every in some way or another. Still, when there's been contrast, the expansion of what that desire when I made it in the moment come forth so strong that it's changed my life forever. And since I'm starting to do more meditation, my mom, she gave me a book and she she got me to meditate back in that time, and she gave me the book The Power of Now, and things just it's just starting to change, and I enjoy my process of music and things just coming forward more strongly because there's strong desire right there because there was an extreme feeling of misalignment. The power of alignment comes so strong forward that the misalignment, because that's not the truth of who we are. We are alignment. We are source energy before we came into this physical form. And when there is something misalignment going so strong, there will be alignment coming forth much stronger because that is who we truly are. So in extreme situation, when there's something going on, the power of the energy of who you truly are come forth stronger and more, not extreme, but in the most nature way. The energy releases more of those things you wanted, and now there is a different story. There's a different way of creating things, and since that time, my whole situation changed just of that. And now today I'm just more expanding. Everything I asked for in that time, it's just been expanding since then. And we all have different way of experiencing things, and we all have different. Sometimes you lose something for. I think when you lose something, it's not about the losing, but it's knowing that nothing is missing, nothing is lost. You know, it's all aligned, it's all connected, it's a collective. Still, when people are not here, they are energy, they are vibrational being, like just like we are, but we are having a form, but we still are a vibrational being. We are free, and we can connect all of that is not here in physical form as well. Why? Because we are a vibrational being. We are this beautiful source energy. We can feel it inside of ourselves. That is the emotion. We feel our energy, we feel our knowingness, our alignment. It's always available and free for us. So in extreme situation when there is such a strong misalignment, there is, like Abraham talked about, when you have something in contrast, it's always expanding the opposite of it. The source energy well know what you want from that. So when you have something that's going so extreme well, it's like you're stretching. It's like I want it, you know, here this is an alignment. There's a misalignment. You're just stretching out, and in the end, it's just like I'm just let go of this. You say,
Yes.
this is the misalignment, and I just let go of this, and immediately when you let go of it, it's come into place, into alignment, and now it's
Yes.
going to unfold, and it's like water stream down from the mountain. It's like coming all the way down, and when it hit the ocean, it just unfold out. It's like you can see the whole ocean. There's more to come. It's a never-ending newness story there.
Yes.
So,
Whose truth is the true truth, friend? Right?
we got you know, let's expand on that. That is something I want to, when you said it, let you know, you can expand on that. It's such a
Yeah,
beautiful part.
you that was like such a beautiful
Asking it is given.
explanation.
Yeah,
Yes.
asking it's given.
That was so beautiful because it's just everyone's truth is the true truth. That's their experience, and that
Yeah,
experience is valid. Like
yeah,
that woman's experience, that man's experience that he can't pay his rent or whatever, that experience is valid. And when we accept those things and, like you said, let it go, accept those things, don't attach to it, don't identify with it anymore. Um, yeah, that happens to be what's being reflected on the outers right now, but like just accepting it, and that accepting it takes all that fear away from it, because what's the opposite of love, right? Fear. And in both of those examples, that was extreme fear. That's the
mm.
fear that we're reflecting back to ourselves, and um and not the love. And um that was really just what came to me, was that discussion that we had, whose truth is the true truth.
I gotta read that
And
for you. I have this
yes,
card here.
please do.
Yeah, and I love to say what David say here. Everything that has happened and preceded us has served us and helped create that foundation of freedom and feeling good. So true, because everything is for us. It's not against us. We came into this world, not things against us. We came for this world, things for allowing us to expand. So it's just a freedom in that too. So always when there is a misalignment, there is expansion in the alignment. And when we then let go of that and go more into the feeling good now and focusing on feeling better and better, is all working out and expanding more of those things of whatever what you experience. So this is the core they say, but whose truth is the true truth? But whose truth is the true truth? And it says that the cards say, we will, it's so beautiful. And it say, cards say, with enough attention to anything, the essence of what you have been giving thought to will eventually become a physical manifestation. And then, as others give attention to it, they help it expand. In time, this manifestation, whether wanted or not, is called truth. Deliberate creation is absolute. Deliberate creation is about deliberately choosing those experiences you make your truth.
Yes, those experiences that we make our truth, that we put our perception around, that we are in control of.
Oh, it
Oh,
can go on and on.
beautiful. I know,
You know,
I know.
it's like it's been such a blessing to speak with you, Janelle. I so appreciate. We've been speaking for hours, I know, and in the expansion for myself as well. Know that, yeah, sometimes uh, you feel a little bit off, but still know, and you're served well. Like Abraham, well, like Super Dave said, you're served well. All is coming to place for you to experience the opposite of it, because all when you experience something not wanted, it's already experienced, it's already expanded in the wanted of it immediately when you experience it.
Yeah.
So well know that well-being is the true most nature of who we are, and it really doesn't matter about what's happening outside of ourselves. It's not what we do want outside, but knowing that the inside do not want anything but from you to align yourself with the inside and the alignment who you truly are, the wanted will be more fun.
Yes.
It will be experience more fun, those things you've been asked for, because now it's the nature of who you are coming into place for more, forever and ever more to come. There is a newness story there. Newness ending story there. So I so appreciate for everything you expand on, Janelle, for being here and for all this long conversation before we had these classes as well, and I feel so appreciated, like you share with the beginning, the appreciation, just like knowing that all is well, all is good. And you can always start right here right now to feeling good now and more to come, and it's always available. And still when there's something going on, it's nothing outside
Yeah.
that fulfill you, or say it's always the inside, your knowingness of well-being is constantly and forever and ever more being in you for, and it's never ending. Your beingness can't be thought in not be. You are a vibrational being forever and ever more, and we are a vibrational being forever and ever more.
Yes. We are
So
infinite.
we are infinite
And
intelligence and infinite vibrational
yeah.
being.
I
What is that,
I
Chanel?
don't know if that's what my tattoo says. I just got it. I can't like turn my arm that way, but I don't know if you can see
That is
that
such
or
a
not.
beautiful. I can see, what does it say? I
It says
am
we are
infinite.
infinite.
We are. Ah, so
And
beautiful.
yeah, that is. It's so, and thank you. Thank you for all the expansions. Thank you for sharing your energy. Thank you for sharing the expansions and the thank you for co-creating this time together between us and between everybody who joined. Like
Yes.
that's just such a beautiful, like, oh, that's what gets my heart. Like that's like just what makes and I mean, I feel good anyway, but when everybody comes together as a collective, like I borderline get a little emotional about it because, you know, we have these awarenesses and we have this knowledge and it's so beautiful. And sometimes I forget that sometimes people don't know this stuff yet. And um, it's such a blessing that we get the opportunity to share these things and expand on these things, and I'm so grateful for the conversations that we get to have and for the experiences that we get to create between ourselves and everybody who chose to join.
Thank you, Janelle. And always, as always, as always, as always, as always, always. I love these words. As always, there's more to come.
Oh, wait.
So love you guys so much, and love you, Janelle and Jen in back office. Thank you for being there and all these comments, for all of you who comments. I will thank you, and for coming together, co-creating, and thank you, Janelle, for being here. It was a really awesome class, and a lot of expansion and the knowingness more than ever now and more to come. It just continues to flow to me and through me and for all of us. It feels so good. So thanks for the expansion on all of what we sharing today. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you, Espen. Oh, thank you, Spend. Hi.
Ashban, I love you, Janelle. I love you, Jen. I love you all who is here. You're
Love
amazing,
you
and
guys.
it's all good. So